How's that?
Hello, ladies.
Is that no better?
A little bit. Yeah, that's a lot better. And I think I fixed the. Hopefully, I fixed.
And there's
the
a shadow. I don't like the shadow. Just teasing. I'm gonna hush.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Big Talk with Bruce Dickey here on this glorious. It's a glorious day. It is what, Thursday?
I think it is.
What?
I think it is Thursday, isn't it?
Thursday, September 5th, ladies and gentlemen. And on this beautiful day, look who has deigned to join us here. It is.
Don't curse. I wish you wouldn't curse.
That is one of my favorite words.
Dane?
It really does sound like a curse word.
It does, but go ahead.
The 5-letter Dane.
Okay, all right.
The 5-letter Dane. I do love using the word Dane.
Well, I guess if you got a dog that's real big, it'd be a great.
I do have dogs. They are spelled differently, but they are Danes.
Okay.
But yeah, welcome, folks, to the big show today. As Len Wells has joined, and we are going to talk today about a wide variety of subjects. So many and he's been here long enough for show prep. We had breakfast together. We had breakfast together this morning at the Palatial Hotel Suite.
Yes, indeed.
That he was staying in last night.
Thanks for the mimosas. Very nice.
Well, you're very welcome. Mimosas, plural, and
that's why I'm a little
Bloodies Mary.
Yes. Well, you got to get going.
You got to get your day started.
Absolutely
somehow, some way. As Len has appeared, and we are going to have a lot of fun today.
We are.
But before we get to all that,
this ought to be good.
Let me tell you about a few things going on in and around our neighborhood.
We need some color to go with this. Not play-by-play, but maybe some color.
Well, you usually do join me. Look at this stuff on the table. It
looks like Cheetos.
Bar in my room.
Looks like everybody's eating Cheetos here.
This is my studio, darn it! I shouldn't let anybody else in here. Grr. I'm like the father bear.
Grr.
Somebody's been smoking in my bed. Wait a minute.
I don't think that's it.
That's not what it is. Somebody's been eating my pizza. That's not what it is?
No, that has something to do with what bears do in the woods. But go ahead.
Somebody's been doing what I do in the woods, where I do it.
What's going on, Bruce?
Some community events going on today. Ladies and gentlemen, here on this Thursday, September 5th, I was able to find
nothing.
One
and it's probably church related,
and it is not church related.
Okay, that's
it
good.
Is our friends up at South Central FS, a longtime sponsor of the show.
That farm service agency, or farm service.
It is farm service,
as in
but it's the South Central up in Effingham, as opposed to the ones in the other.
These are like door-to-door fertilizer salesmen.
Typically, door-to-door propane salesman.
You don't want to buy no herbicide, do you?
Didn't
think so.
But they also sell gasoline.
Oh, they do.
And they have a gas station up in Effingham on the east side of Effingham, the South Central FS gas station. They are holding a ribbon cutting this morning right now. And then they're going to have free food and all kinds of stuff for you out there.
Are they going to have any Gruyere or anything like that? Cheese? That would make it a cheese cutting, though, wouldn't it?
That would be. I don't think they're doing that.
Okay.
I know that they are going to unveil their new space and honor the continued growth of South Central to FS.
Oh.
Celebrate this exciting milestone with a ribbon-cutting ceremony. That's at 444 South Willow in Effingham.
That's cool. FS is a great outfit.
I'm thinking that the new space, I wonder if they've got new gambling machines.
I'll almost bet they do. If they sell diesel, they probably have machines.
They have. I suspect that. But that's the only new item I could come up.
Well, that's a big one. I like big ones.
There is, however, another huge item. 32 years ago today, my wedding took place. First wedding.
People were betting that wouldn't last 6 months.
Well, I could have still been 32 years ago.
Yes. 32 years.
I've been married 32 years. Happy anniversary to my loving wife, Dodie. I appreciate
she's a sweetheart, and that's a fact.
She is a.
How she put up with you all these years, I'll never know.
I cannot.
She has a vision problem. The part of it is, right? That's part of her. She can't see very good.
Yeah, that's a lot of it.
That's a lot.
What happened 250 years ago today?
250 years ago to have something to do with the Continental Congress.
Are you
I haven't
reading
seen
off
this.
my sheet?
No.
It was the first Continental Congress.
See?
Met in Philadelphia. Delegates from 12 of the 13 colonies attended.
I told you.
During this Congress, the delegates spelled out their grievances with the Crown,
Right.
made decisions regarding the colonies, the intolerable acts, and how they should proceed should King George III fail to act on their petition.
And that would have been before the Boston Tea
This
Party.
was this is after the Tea Party.
After the Tea Party, okay.
But before the shots were fired.
Oh, yes.
So 1774, 250 years ago, what was the only colony that did not attend the Philadelphia,
Maryland.
the first
Maryland.
Continental Congress?
Maryland.
Georgia.
Georgia. Well, that makes sense because they're still backwards today.
Too far away.
Well, they just didn't have a bus or something?
They didn't have the bus.
Train didn't run?
Long way away.
That was the only reason, though?
That was pretty much, yeah.
Well, that's not too bad.
Pretty much the reason. First president of Texas elected in 1836 on this date.
George Bush, the 14th.
Sam Houston.
Sam Houston. They named a town after him, didn't
Henry
they?
Smith and Steve Austin.
Steve Austin, you talking about the $1 Million Man?
The $6 million
$6
man. That's
man.
exactly right. That's who I...
Oh, that was inflation. It started out as $1 million man.
well, back in the 1830s. Yeah, 1836.
I didn't know that.
180 years. Let's see what else.
Well, that's interesting.
That may be of interest to you.
But I got the Continental Congress thing, and it's probably impressed you, didn't it, that I got that?
I'm very impressed.
Thank you.
I am quite impressed.
That was just a wild guess.
By that. Let's see. Sarah Edmonds died on this date in 1898.
Is that some of Don Edmonds' relation?
I don't think so.
He was a cop down around
also known as Frank Thompson.
Frank invented the machine gun?
Died in LaPorte, Texas.
Machine
in
gun guy?
1898.
Thompson machine gun?
In 1861, she volunteered with an infantry unit in Flint, Michigan.
And she pretended to be a man.
In the Civil War and pretended to be a man.
Right.
Under the name of Frank Thompson, she fought in several battles, including Bull Run, the first one. She even crossed the Confederate lines collecting intelligence disguised as a woman. Because
she could.
She could.
That's right.
She was a woman, so yeah.
Isn't that interesting?
That's kind of the Rome Olympics in 1960. Cassius Clay won the gold medal on this.
Well, I'd take. And that was before he was Muhammad Ali.
Do you remember Cassius Clay as Cassius Clay?
I do, actually.
I didn't know if you were paying attention.
Oh, yeah, I was paying attention.
Because that was before you were still in grade school by then.
Yeah, but he, he had to
change his name in 64.
Yeah, it had to do with the war and Vietnam and all that business.
Yeah. What else going on today, ladies and gentlemen? Certainly a day to celebrate. National Cheese Pizza Day.
I love cheese pizza, but it's got to have something to dip it in.
Folks,
a little marinara to dip it in.
Cheese is all you need when celebrating this pizza holiday. Whether the pie's homemade or ordered in, make it cheese only.
May the cheese be with you.
May the cheese is always with me.
Oh, yes, okay.
I'm a cheesy kind of guy. In ancient Greece, the Greeks covered their bread with oils, herbs, and cheese. Many believe this was the origin of pizza. In Byzantine Greek, the word was spelled pi, iota, tau, alpha. Or
sounds like a fraternity to me.
Pita. Yeah, that's a better looking.
Interesting.
That's a better looking.
It's got to have a stretch to it. It's got to have some stretch. Cheese has got to have some stretch.
I agree with you. You like cheese pizza, right?
I like cheese pizza.
I do not.
Well, I mean, if that's all I got, I'll eat it all day long.
I've got to have. I need some
pepperoni and sausage.
I need
mushrooms.
I need a topping or five.
Yeah.
On my pizza to make.
Maybe some anchovies or something like that.
Yeah,
they're all right. They're a little salty.
Yeah, that'd be a nice way to go. What else is today, ladies and gentlemen? I'm so glad that I didn't mention this to Lynn before he got here. By the way, because this is National Be Late for Something Day. This has been around for a long time.
Oh, it has.
I'm shocked at how long.
I've never heard of it.
This has been around.
I was late for it.
This permits folks to not abide by your schedules. Go ahead, sleep in a little bit today as you have an excuse. This holiday aims to promote the positive parts of procrastination. For example, those who focus more on spending quality time with customers and family versus being punctual seem less anxious overall.
Really?
Yeah,
I was late to a colonoscopy once.
Did it change anything?
No, they still did it. I was kind of hoping they'd cancel it, but they didn't.
Yeah, well, I was going to say, how late do you have to be
I
doing it?
studied for it the night before.
How late?
I did. I was ready for it, but
how late do you have to be for colonoscopy before they'll
cancel? Depends
yeah.
on how many. Depends on how many they got to do after you,
or before you,
Yeah. Well, in this case, they were able to work me in.
I know they were able to work something in. That's
there you
right.
Go, yeah.
How to observe, be late for something day. Well, just
sleep in.
Encourage you to stop and observe the sunrise. Maybe stop and watch a set of deer frolic in a field, or maybe a sea of grain swing in the wind. Actually, I did that Sunday.
I bet you did.
I really did.
Because you fell down and it was in a field of soybeans or something.
No, I was watching soybeans. I was watching the wind whip through the soybeans because it was
kind of moving.
It was moving.
Well, that's kind of tender. That is tender.
Apparently, I got it early. I was.
You didn't drop your drink or anything, did you?
No.
Have you been experiencing the corn sweat though lately?
I heard somebody mention something to me about corn sweat. Now, I have seen. I've seen the sweat bees.
No,
I've had a lot of sweat.
Oh, they're
bees.
terrible. Corn bees.
Actually, they're backing off now.
They're backing off. It's cooled off and everything. Yeah, corn sweat's when the corn is drying down. That moisture's got to go somewhere, and it goes into the atmosphere, and that raises the humidity, and it makes things miserable.
How come it doesn't go into the ground? You would think moisture would go down into the ground.
No, they got the leaves.
It's sucked out of the ground.
It's in the leaves. It's in the stalk. It's in the silks and everything. So it's not going to go down. It's going to go up into the atmosphere.
There's a stalk into the ground as well as a stalk into the sky.
Sucking the moisture out of the ground up through the leaves and out into the atmosphere, and it makes things miserable. Just so terrible.
Are you going to be okay with the corn sweat?
Yes.
What does it mean to be fashionably late?
I'd say 30 minutes would be max.
A person who arrives 10 to 15 minutes after the appointed time at an event is fashionably late.
So 30 is too much.
Yeah, 30 is too much. The term suggests the person was busy enough and important enough that their late arrival is acceptable. Arriving fashionably later also puts the spotlight on the late arrival, since most guests will have arrived at the scheduled time.
And so you walk in and all the attention's on you.
When is arriving late acceptable?
Well, not for a colonoscopy, I found out. I found that out.
When the time of the event is casual. For example, if the invitation says around 6 o'clock,
means around.
Arriving at 6:15 is fine. Okay. However, arriving late to meetings, performance,
weddings,
doctor appointments, and such.
Colonoscopy.
Will work. What's we'll get some best ways to be punctual to improve your punctuality.
Set an alarm.
Add events to your calendar.
Set an alarm.
Lateness often comes with forgetfulness. Setting reminders. Punctual people will set reminders on their digital calendars, as well as to leave early. If you think it's going to take 10 minutes to get somewhere.
There's a lot of construction between Fairfield and where I live, and so I left 2 hours early.
Has it gone that direction?
It has. It started actually just south of Fairfield, and it's moving south.
How far are they south now?
The old liquor store there, what was that place called?
It was...
19th hole or something, whatever. Yeah, it used to be. They're basically a little bit south of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're just tearing up the road now. And so I left at 6 this morning to get up here.
I thought you were in a hotel.
I left the hotel at 6.
So who am I sending these checks to?
Can we talk
these invoices and stuff that keep coming in from the hotel.
Let's just talk about this off the air. Let's talk about this off the air.
Oh, well, that seems
to straighten this out.
All right, this was actually the Be Late for Something Day was started by the Procrastinators Club of America in 1956.
That's a long time ago. Post-World War II.
Les Wass.
Wass?
Wass. W-A-A-S. Wass.
Okay.
It's designated September 5th as Be Late for Something Day.
I wish I'd known
I was not late for my wedding on
weren't?
September 5th. I was not. I could have been. My beloved took her sweet time, I'll tell you.
Coming down the aisle.
But the wedding did go off on time.
That's all that counts.
So that's what. That's why.
The ladies take a little more time to primp than men. It does. It's
That is
factual.
That is true. What else is today, ladies and gentlemen? This isn't just today. This is the entire week. Celebrate National Waffle Week. Yes, absolutely.
I love waffles. Thick and fluffy. Thick and fluffy.
Each year, National Waffle Week kicks off a celebration packed with delicious flavor as well as deals across the country. Restaurants, food trucks, and more will offer specials on their waffles to loyal customers depending on your
Don't
location.
want no fruit on my waffle.
You don't?
No.
I bet you
butter and syrup.
I bet you the next picture can change your mind.
Okay.
I see now. This one looks pretty good with
Well,
the fruit.
what's this green stuff on there? Clover leaves or
It's
something?
probably like parsley or
Who wants parsley on their waffle?
or mint. That might be mint.
Oh no, that's disgusting.
It might be mint. Waffle iron. When do you think? What century did waffle irons originate?
1800s,
You're gonna have to keep going.
1900s.
Keep going the wrong direction.
1700s.
14th century. So that'd be.
Well, they didn't have electricity back then.
1300s.
They had electric waffles back then.
Waffle
They
irons.
stuck them on a fire.
I guess they stuck them on a fire. Yeah, they got
No,
waffle
fire.
irons on a fire. An anonymous, somebody,
I love waffles.
There's a recipe dating all the way back to the 1300s, apparently, of waffles.
But what's the next picture?
See, now is that butter?
Of course, it's butter. What else would it be? Ice cream?
Looks like ice cream.
Excuse me. No, that's
So you
butter.
want to see the picture that will make you like fruit on waffles?
Well, I'll. Oh no.
Oh yeah.
No.
Look at that waffle.
No.
Oh yeah.
Syrup. That's all you need. Syrup. I'd eat that though. I'd eat that.
Yeah, I was gonna say you're gonna turn that down.
No. I've never seen one shaped like that.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's what she said.
That is this date goes back. I didn't hear it, and I don't want to.
No.
Back in 2001, Waffle House founded National Waffle Week.
Covered and smothered.
Have you ever been to Waffle House?
Oh, many times. I love them.
Last time I was at Waffle House was like 4 a.m., 3 or 4 a.m. I don't go to Waffle House.
Here's what I think.
I don't go to Waffle House unless it's after midnight.
Here's what I think. And if there's any doctors out there listening, I'm serious.
I'm listening.
Instead of that prep that you do before a colonoscopy, all them stuff you got to drink, Waffle House the night before.
I could not agree more wholeheartedly.
And that would take care of the situation. Plus, you'd have a great meal.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then you're ready for the next day.
There you go.
For the test.
What do you want to see on television tonight, ladies and gentlemen?
Something good, I hope.
It's high school volleyball.
Ooh.
I'll be in Wayne City.
Seriously?
I will be in Wayne City. Fairfield Lady Mules at Wayne City Indians on Catch TV, Channel 99. That starts at 6 o'clock for the JV. Also, we'll have a matchup in Flora. The Edwards County Lady Lions playing the Flora Wolf Gals on Catch TV 100. So check out 99 or 100. You get
Man, you're going to be busy.
This is our first match ever. First
volleyball match?
Telecast
of a
from
volleyball
Wayne
match.
City.
From Wayne City?
Yeah.
So how do you do that? You had to string cable from here to there?
Yes, we did.
I
We
bet
have
you did.
cable strung all the way
Just
from
for this
Louisville.
event? Just
Well,
for
we've kind of made it permanent.
Oh, really? You left it in place then?
It's in place. Yeah. So
Wow.
we did it. We did it a few months ago. So it's set to go. Fairfield Lady Mules at Wayne City. We're looking forward to seeing the Indians. Lamar Choate, your boy.
Lammer?
Lammer.
He's a good guy.
He's the coach
he's
of
fun.
Wayne City.
Oh, he still is. They
Yeah,
haven't run him off
they
yet?
haven't run him off.
He's a great guy.
Major League Baseball, no Cubs, no Cardinals, no White Sox today.
What?
You got to go to MLB Network if you want to see baseball today. It's all day long. Twins at Tampa Bay at noon. Arizona at San Francisco at 2:45. Phillies at Marlins at 5:40. Tigers at Padres at 7:40. All day long you can watch MLB. But
But
no
not our
Cubs.
favorite teams.
No Cubs, no Cardinals, no White Sox. And NFL regular season opens tonight. You looking
Oh,
for that?
yes. I'll watch that tonight. I
Yeah.
will.
Will you really?
Yeah, who's playing
It's Baltimore, the
Orioles. The Baltimore Eagles.
You're getting so close.
Baltimore
It is a word. It is a word.
Orioles. Baltimore Cardinals.
Keep going.
Crows.
They're playing at the Kansas City, the Chiefs.
Chiefs, I know
the
that.
Chiefs are the champs. That's at 7:20 tonight.
What's a Baltimore what?
We'll be right back. I'll let back in just a second.
Hootie Chicks.
It's the
Hootie Chicks?
It's the Baltimore Hootie Chicks. Good call.
When you want an honest deal and hometown service without the runaround, go to Lamont Chevrolet Chrysler in Fairfield. Let Gabe McGahey, Sheldon Bunning, Jeff Black, Dennis Downs, Matthew Rogers, or Caleb Dunn score the best deal for you on your next new or pre-owned vehicle. Parts and service departments with factory-trained technicians and express lane and state-of-the-art tire and alignment technology. Le Mans always inspects your battery, antifreeze, wipers, and tires for free. We want you prepared for the open road ahead. Open 24/7 at lemansonline.com. You'll like the way we do business.
At Clay City Banking Company, we're all on the same team, regardless of zip code. At home, work, school, or across the country, you can be part of our team with our cutting-edge mobile banking products. From your hand, you can check balances, transfer money, make deposits, and pay bills. Looking for a loan? We've got you covered with our mortgage, agriculture, commercial, and consumer loans. Join our team today. Clay City, Flora, Louisville, and Fairfield Banking Companies. We're the hometown banks, member FDIC, and equal housing lender.
Briscoe Surplus Sales on the northeast edge of Flora is your one-stop do-it-all shop. Looking for rugged boots and footwear from great brands like Lacrosse, Rocky, and Carolina? They're there. How about top-notch small engine parts and service? Briscoe Surplus Sales has it. Whether you're wiring your switches or switching your wiring, Briscoe Surplus Sales has the solution and the know-how to help you get the job done right the first time. Briscoe Surplus Sales, your one-stop do-it-all shop.
It is all things new at Zimdar's Heating, Air Conditioning, and Appliance Repair. We have a new line of heating and cooling equipment and new technicians. Our new equipment line offers 24 months free financing and excellent warranty coverage. Our experienced service technicians can provide you with quality service and repairs on all brands of HVAC equipment. Zimdar's has been serving Clay County and the surrounding areas for over 23 years. The employees of Zimdar's are here to help, so call local and call Zimdar's.
Microphones were not quite on yet. I'm just telling you how the next 37 minutes are going to go.
My eyes got really big when you did that.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, here to Big Talk with Bruce Dickey on Wabash Catch TV. Thank you so much for tuning in. Guest is Len Wells.
Indeed.
He's the Wayne County Press roving editor and as well as chief bottle washer.
Oh, yeah.
How are things at the WCP, man?
Doing great, dude. I don't get in there very often. Pick up a check. That's about it.
You don't pick up a check?
I do too.
They mail you checks.
No, I told them don't do that anymore because sometimes it takes 3 weeks to get a check.
Oh, so you go in
I actually go in and pick up a check because it's going to be there. I know it's going to be there.
Okay. Well, you are over of a certain age, aren't you?
Yes, I am. Hey, I'll tell you how old I am. The first newspaper job I ever had, they paid in cash. Had an envelope with cash.
No kidding.
Absolutely. I had all the deductions written on the outside, and they paid in cash.
That's cool.
I didn't care for it, but that's what it was.
Well, I mean, how else? What were you going to say?
I don't know. You're going to cash it anyway if it's a check. So
actually, I have not. My checks. I haven't been paid by check probably for.
Oh, it's automatic deposit.
Been automatic deposit since I was in.
I think if that were available where I work, I would take advantage of it.
1990 probably.
And that's a good. I like that. It's a good thing.
Yeah, automatic deposit. Of course, I worked in a bank.
Yeah, you understand that.
So they don't give you a choice. You can't get paid by
check. But you could go outside and put that thing in the machine and get your money if you need to, right?
If I needed to, yeah.
Or go to
the money was
go to a cashier and I want my money.
Hopefully.
Excuse me.
So the Wayne County Press. What have you been doing this summer? It's been all running and playing with the naked ladies in the fields and running through the flowers and wheat fields and daffodils and.
What are you talking about? You lost your mind?
Isn't that the job of newspaper?
No.
You're like media now. I mean, for crying out loud. I thought media folks just lived just fat, happy, and stupid.
No. I've been in court a lot lately.
You've been in court?
Been in court a lot
Not
lately.
for yourself?
No. No, don't even.
Thankfully.
I've just been trying to get that still haven't got it done yet. That indecent exposure thing expunged, and I can't seem to get that done.
Well, maybe.
It was a misunderstanding.
Maybe someday.
One of these days.
You would think that you run into a locked porta potty. I mean,
That's what it was. Ray Tate.
Ray Tate.
Raymond
We
E.
talked
Tate.
about Raymond Tate on this show before.
Yes. Killed Wayne County Sheriff's Deputy Sean Riley on the 29th of December, 2020, I believe.
I believe it was almost 4 years ago now,
Yeah.
3.5 years ago.
And he's still messing with the court system.
He's
What
still
an-
incarcerated.
What an idiot.
Thankfully, he is
Yeah,
incarcerated.
he's doing life without parole at Menard State Penitentiary in Chester, Illinois.
Okay.
And he was back in court Tuesday, I think it was. Tuesday. Anyway, he was back in court. And he was trying to withdraw his guilty plea because he claimed he was coerced. He was claimed that he was threatened. He was claimed that he was threatened with the death penalty. He claimed all kinds of baloney. That was the reason why he wanted to withdraw his guilty plea. And at every turn, that was all disproven. But it was an 8.5 hour long hearing before the Honorable Judge Denton Aud.
And this was last month, August 28th.
End of August. And so you had two people for the state. You had Wayne County State's Attorney Kevin Kakak, and you had Michael Folligario with the Illinois Attorney General's office prosecuting the case. And Ray Tate represented himself. What an idiot. I'm sorry, idiot.
Okay. Tell me, first of all, you've been to several, you've been to trials all your entire life. Seen murder trial after murder trial after murder, probably half a dozen or more.
Yeah.
Never seen anybody probably, you may have seen somebody try to
Represent
themselves.
Not really. They've threatened it, but no. Usually the judge talks them out of it. It's a dumb thing. It's stupid to represent yourself.
So, but this fellow's representing himself after he has already pled guilty and he's already in prison for
He claims that the only reason he pled guilty was so that he could get out of the Jefferson County Jail. He claimed the Jefferson County Jail people were mistreating him, beating him up, hurting him, and doing all kinds of terrible things to him. And that's why he wanted, the only reason he pled guilty was to get out of the Jefferson County Jail in Mount Vernon. That's where they were holding him pretrial for Wayne County.
Here is here's the gentleman heading
And you may ask, why is he wearing green?
to court. Why is he? Well, I will ask. Usually, orange is the jumpsuit of choice of prisoners.
Or in the case of most Illinois Department of Corrections inmates, it's light blue and dark blue.
Okay, or for that matter, going to court, they give them clothes and dress in.
Not
typically.
That would be pre-trial. That would be pre-conviction.
Okay.
This guy's convicted. He's already serving
I
time.
see.
He's wearing green because he's an escape risk.
Really?
That is the outfit of an escape risk inmate. He wears green.
Okay.
So if you're in the system and you're assigned a green jumpsuit, it's because you're at high escape risk.
How many of those 7 in the picture, and I'm assuming
Oh, there were more.
we're only getting about half the picture. How many were there total?
Well, the Illinois Department of Corrections brought him up with a team of 8. That included a follow car.
Wow.
So there were 8 DOC officers, and including, I don't know how many in a follow car. And then you had, I think I counted 11 or 12 armed officers at the entrance to the courthouse, the entrance to the courtroom.
So those are not all just Wayne County.
Oh, no.
Sheriff's
There's
deputies.
Jefferson County Sheriff's deputies, Wayne County deputies, Illinois State Police. They're not in that picture. At Illinois State Police, they had Department of Corrections, and there's Sheriff Odie to the left. The guy behind him in the ball cap is an Illinois Department of Corrections officer. He and another guy, during this whole 8.5 hour hearing, and I'm not making this up, Bruce, stood probably within 18 inches of Ray Tate the entire hearing.
They were standing.
Closer than I am to you right now, the entire time.
No kidding.
One was behind him, one was next to him. And just like this.
Standing.
Never budged.
Standing.
The whole time.
Wow.
The whole time. I mean,
With the Tate being, you see court shows, and you see attorneys in court shows. They get up and address the judge and move around. They would probably didn't let Tate do
Tate
that.
could only sit where he was. Now, if you go back to that one picture with all the guys, yeah, that one right there. Do you notice there's a block between the two hands. So he's got a belly chain, handcuffs, and between the handcuffs, what's called a block. And that block does not allow him to move his hands at all. You see what I'm saying? That's the only position he can hold his hands. There's a block in there, so he can't even do.
So it's not really those hands aren't chained together. They're blocked at
They're
a
blocked
certain
and connected to the belly chain.
4 inches from each other.
Exactly, and connected to the belly chain. So when he was in court, the first thing he asked was, "Can I take off this block?" Because he wanted to take notes. And Judge Odd, being a really good judge, allowed him to have the block removed from him in the belly chain. But they had to step into the antechamber there, I guess you'd call it that, little lawyer's office. They took the belly chain off, but he was still handcuffed.
Yeah.
And but that was the only concession they gave him for the entire thing. Took off the block that holds your hands like this.
Yeah.
But with handcuffs, you can right.
Handcuffs, you have
a little bit of mobility,
range of motion.
A little bit.
Yeah, but not with a
But
block.
not with a block. The block, you're right there, and that's it. I call it a block.
It does kind of show up in that one, too, a little bit.
Yeah, but see, that's the only way he can hold his hands right there. He can't do anything with them. He can't raise them because they're attached to a belly chain.
Tell me a little bit about you say he's escapers. Tell me a little bit about his escape past.
He escaped from a prison in Louisiana during Hurricane Katrina.
Yeah.
He and a fellow inmate, maybe two inmates, got out when they were trying to evacuate the prison, and somehow he was able to overpower a couple of guards, got into a truck, and fled. They did capture him not too much later than that. So that was his first escape. Second escape that we know of.
Tell you what, let's do. You tell me the second escape story when we return.
Sure.
I know that there was a pretty good one, a couple of pretty good attempts.
Yeah,
coming up.
He came close.
We're talking about Ray Tate, and we'll be right back after this. Stick around.
When you want an honest deal and hometown service without the runaround, go to Lamont Chevrolet Chrysler in Fairfield. Let Gabe McGahey, Sheldon Bunning, Jeff Black, Dennis Downs, Matthew Rogers, or Caleb Dunn score the best deal for you on your next new or pre-owned vehicle. Parts and service departments with factory-trained technicians and express lane and state-of-the-art tire and alignment technology. Lamont always inspects your battery, antifreeze, wipers, and tires for free. We want you prepared for the open road ahead. Open 24/7 at LeMansOnline.com. You'll like the way we do business.
Residents of the Clay County and surrounding area have relied on Clay County State Bank for sound professional service for over 100 years. With convenient lobby and drive-up hours, we are ready to serve you Monday through Saturday. We appreciate all who bank with us, and we look forward to the opportunity of working with anyone who is looking for a community bank to help with their financial needs. Give us a call at 665-3314, visit us online, or stop by and see us on the square in Louisville to experience our friendly personal service.
For service beyond the surface, call Carter Trucking in Fairfield. Carter's trucks are ready to haul your big freight and grain. So whatever you call Jeremy Carter, the Mucho Mulcho Man, the driveway doctor, the gravel guru, the pothole pirate, the rockin' redneck, the smooth operator, the mudhole master, or the happy hauler, just call him. 842-2022 to haul your big freight, grain, and more with trucks from Carter Trucking, Williamson Drive in Fairfield.
Having car trouble, need a tow, or just some routine maintenance? Butcher Automotive in Louisville has you covered. Locally owned and operated, Butcher Automotive offers complete vehicle repair services along with tire sales and wheel alignment. They're your local Hankook tire and interstate battery dealer. Butcher Automotive offers free local pickup and delivery so your car can be repaired while you're at work or at home. Butcher strives to treat everyone's vehicle as their own. At Butcher Automotive, they don't want you to give them your business, they want to earn it. Hey, folks, welcome back. Big Talk with Bruce Dickey here on Wabash Catch TV. We've got Len Wells here. If folks, by the way, if they want to get a hold of you, if they have the big story that they want told, what's the best way to get hold of Len Wells at the Wayne County Press?
Telegram.
Not 1860.
How about Len Wells at wabash.net?
Len Wells at wabash.net. There
and
you
that's
go.
LEN. Well, it's underneath there. You can see it. Len Wells at wabash.net.
No period in there.
I don't think so. .net, I said.
I said no, Lynn.Wells.
No.
So it's Lynn Wells, one word.
Well, it reminds me of the story of the guy. He went to get his driver's license. And a lot of times these kids don't have names. They have initials that don't stand for anything. So he went to the license branch. He said, "What's your name?" He said, "Well, it's J only, B only, Johnson." Okay. So he gets his license, Jonely Bonely. Jonely Bonely.
Jonely Bonely. J only, B only.
Excuse me.
That. Jonely Bonely. Okay. Yeah. So we were talking about about Ray Tate escaping from Louisiana, but he has had more of a history since he's been up here
before he pled guilty in Wayne County. He was housed at the Jefferson County Jail, and he was able to sneak out. And late at night, got out of his cell through an air duct and into the kitchen area and some other storage areas of the Jefferson County Jail. And he was out for 9 hours. And he was not outside the jail.
Not outside, he was still in the jail.
Still inside the jail proper.
But unaccounted for.
And out of his cell. And they caught him at the back door, which would have led out into the public area, which still had a fence, but he could probably scale the fence or whatever. But when they caught him, he had managed to find and had in his possession a sawzall.
Sawzall.
As in cuts thing with a blade.
Really?
Yeah, had the blade, sawzall with a blade.
So he had the handle and the blade?
Yeah, the whole thing.
Where do you find a sawzall in a jail?
In a storage area where they do repairs and stuff.
I guess so. Yeah, all right.
Which is not anywhere near the cells or anything like that, of course. He managed to get out of that. He also had a tactical vest that he found and put on.
Like a bulletproof vest.
Bulletproof vest. He had a box cutter with a blade.
Which can do some pretty heavy damage.
Yeah, I forget what else he had. But anyway, main things was he had a sawzall with a blade, tactical vest, a knife, and some other things. And he had made it...
Go ahead.
He had made it to the back door, and that's when they caught him. But he'd been out over 8 hours, almost 9 hours.
How close was he? I mean, was the back door unlocked, or
well, he was fiddling with it, trying to get out of it.
How'd they find him? They showed up on the video.
Showed up on a video at the back door, and I guess somebody had to have been asleep at the switch for not noticing that. But anyway, it doesn't matter. He got caught and he got put back in jail, and that was the end of that. But that sealed his fate as an escape risk.
Yeah, so he'll be wearing green from now
until forever.
But there have also now been more recent threats, I guess, right?
He, while he's at Menard, back up. When he was at Jefferson County Jail, inmates, if you have some money given to you, put in your account, you can buy what's called chirps.
Okay.
As in a bird, like a bird.
Yeah.
And what it is, it's a small Apple device which enables you to send texts to friends and loved ones.
Okay.
Okay? They're called chirps. Each email is called a chirp. So, unbeknownst to Tate, I guess, these things are all monitored. There's nothing that's
How could this be unknown? If you're in jail,
everything is monitored.
Everything is monitored.
Your mail, your phone calls, your video. You can even have video visits with relatives and stuff in the jail if you have enough money to buy those privileges. Okay. Well, so they intercepted these chirps with his sister and an in-law stating the plan for the escape.
So he started planning an escape under the nose of the
Jefferson County Sheriff's Department.
County Jail.
And part of the plan was to shoot out the window. I guess near his cell there was a window. And then the sawzall was to saw the bars if there were bars. And bolt cutters to cut the fence to go out. And they had a getaway driver all set up. And one of the chirps said, "Don't forget to bring your leaf blower," which is another name for a shotgun. It's another name for a shotgun.
I have never seen a shot. I've seen a scattergun.
Yeah, scattergun, a leaf blower. And he said, and so-and-so, do you remember, to his girlfriend, he said, "Do you remember me giving you a big hug?" And he said, "Oh, what's that?" Said, "Don't forget to bring that." And that was, "Oh yeah, I've got the AK and the 9mm. So they were going to shoot out the glass and cut the bars, cut the fence. They had a getaway driver, shotgun, AK, and a 9mm. And so this was all planned. So what did they do? Once they did that, boom, all of his communication privileges were shut off, with the exception of communicating with his attorney, which they can't cut that off legally.
Yeah.
So all of a sudden now he can't communicate with anybody but Heidi Hoffey, who's his public defender. So for 7 days, he was without communications with the outside world. And that's when he said, I want to plead guilty. I'll plead guilty. Just get me out of this place. And that was the reason he claimed he pled guilty. Not because the murder was on a body-worn camera and a dash camera and had admitted it, but because he wanted out of the Jefferson County Jail because he wasn't getting any communication.
The crazy thing to me is he thinks that this can work.
In his mind, any little thing that it was a huge victory for him to get out of his cell. It was a huge victory for him to get a Sawzall. It was an enormous victory for him to get a tactical vest. Whether he made it outside the prison or the jailhouse walls or not, he was a success in his mind.
And this is just for the Wayne County shoot.
Yes.
I mean, you still have the other ones going on in
Clinton County.
And I presume that Missouri is going to want.
No, Missouri has dropped everything against him. Missouri prosecutor said, and I quote, "We don't want him anywhere near St. Charles County ever again." They consulted They consulted the victims. Because there were 2 people shot.
Yeah.
He shot 2 people.
Didn't kill anybody in St. Charles.
But he carjacked a couple of people. Anyway, consulted with them, said, we don't want to drive to Wayne County and testify this and that, or we don't want to testify here. Dropped it. So St. Charles had dropped all the charges. Clinton County, in relation to his capture, still have 30 Class X felonies on file against him.
There was no murder in Clinton County, right?
No, but he fired a gun into the ceiling. He threatened people with guns. He knocked somebody.
He took over a house.
He took over a house. He hit some people. Yeah, he was bad, really bad.
Just a bad fella. Is in the sense of in the sense of one criminal versus another. How he's in Menard right now.
Chester, Illinois.
He's in Chester, Illinois. How bad is he in? I mean, that's the dregs of the dregs, right?
Yes, Michael Falagario, the assistant Illinois Attorney General, said he lives in Chicago. He says, I've prosecuted a lot of people in Chicago, murderers, gangbangers, and everything. He said, this man's evil.
Wow.
He's the worst of the worst.
There's got to be like a Hall of Fame for bad people or something, right?
As funny you should ask.
I tell you what, let's do.
Take a break.
Let's take a quick break, and we'll come back. You can tell me about. It's the Menard.
It's the Menard Hall of Shame.
Menard Hall of Shame. When we return here on Big Talk with Bruce Dickey, back after this.
When Justin, a local volunteer firefighter, needs one of the department's trucks serviced, he calls Cam, whose repair company keeps everything rolling. In turn, Justin helps keep Cam and all of the community safe. Together, they support each other. And Wayne White Electric Cooperative supports them and every member with safe and reliable power. It's why REMCs exist. And together, it all works.
Residents of the Clay County and surrounding area have relied on Clay County State Bank for sound professional service for over 100 years. With convenient lobby and drive-up hours, we are ready to serve you Monday through Saturday. We appreciate all who bank with us, and we look forward to the opportunity of working with anyone who is looking for a community bank to help with their financial needs. Give us a call at 665-3314, visit us online, or stop by and see us on the square in Louisville to experience our friendly personal service.
When you want an honest deal and hometown service without the runaround, go to Lamont Chevrolet Chrysler in Fairfield. Let Gabe McGahey, Sheldon Bunning, Jeff Black, Dennis Downs, Matthew Rogers, or Caleb Dunn score the best deal for you on your next new or pre-owned vehicle. Parts and service departments with factory-trained technicians and express lane and state-of-the-art tire and alignment technology. Lamont's always inspects your battery, antifreeze, wipers, and tires for free. We want you prepared for the open road ahead. Open 24/7 at LeMansOnline.com. You'll like the way we do business.
I thought I'd lost my business in that fire, but my agent was there before the flames were out. He said, together, we're going to rebuild. Our employees depended on it. My independent agent and auto owners made sure we didn't skip a beat. I mean, we didn't miss a single payroll.
For whatever lies ahead, we're always there. Auto Owners Insurance. North Wayne Insurance Agency in Flora is your local independent auto owners insurance agency.
Hello, folks. Welcome back, Big Talk to the Bruce. Scoot this way. Quit scooting away from me.
I don't want to be around after that one declaration you made earlier. I don't want to be anywhere near you.
It's my anniversary.
Happy anniversary. Well, don't give her that present, whatever you do.
Len Wells is back here. He's the Wade County Press roving editor. We're talking about a wide variety of subjects.
Have you seen my paper route? It's pretty big.
I saw. By the way, I was in a store Tuesday afternoon in Flora at like 3:30, and the Wayne County Press is already in there. How in the heck did it get up to Flora that
Somebody
quick?
drove it, apparently.
Apparently so.
It wasn't me.
It's not the mail, is it?
Oh, no. Yeah, unless it was like 3 weeks old.
Lynn is here, and we are talking about, actually, we've been spending most of the day talking about Ray Tate and
Buddy Ray.
How he's never getting out of jail.
Never, ever.
Never, ever. And tell me a little bit about the Menard Prison Wall of Shame.
Well, if you were to visit Menard State Penitentiary, not as a relative visiting an inmate, but if you were law enforcement going into Menard to perhaps interview an inmate or a guard or something.
This is not the visitor's entrance.
No.
This is the business entrance.
It's business or administration entrance.
Okay.
There's a wall in this office that has about 12 pictures on it.
Okay.
And so these are like they're all inmates. These are bad hombres. So a good friend of mine was down there, and he just noticed it. He saw that Ray Tate's picture was up there with these cats. He said, "What's Ray Tate's picture up there? Are there all these people cop killers?" He said, "No." He said,
I was wondering, are they old timey pictures?
No, they're current inmates.
Oh, current inmates.
Current inmates. And asked, "Well, are these all cop killers?" No, said Ray's the only cop killer up there. A lot of them are gangbangers and gang members that are targeted for murder, gang members that have threatened murder of another gang. Anyway, just really bad inmates out of the whole population. And Ray Tate's one of those pictures up there. And he said, "Well, why is Ray Tate up there?" It's because he has to be watched like a hawk.
So this is basically the pictures of the ones that they have to keep an eye on.
The worst of the worst within the Menard Penitentiary. Of the whole population, the worst of the worst, and he's up there on it.
That makes it not surprising.
I'm sure it makes him proud. If he probably doesn't know it,
but I mean,
he probably doesn't know that.
That makes it not surprising, though, that they would send with the block and 8 people.
8 people just for the trip. Just for the trip.
Just for the trip. Not
typically moving an inmate is a couple of guards, and one of those is the driver.
Yeah.
But no, they had 8 at a follow car. And when they moved him from
piece of garbage.
Yeah, when they moved him from the courthouse to the jail for lunch, state police blocked off all the intersections, all of them around the courthouse.
Did they really?
Blocked it off. So he walked across there en masse. You saw the picture.
Yeah.
With all these armed guards, deputies and such.
That would, I got to tell you, if I was out walking my dog, if I ran into this, I would think that I would certainly think I should have chosen another time to walk my dog.
Yeah, do you realize if he'd messed up and made an odd move, that he would just be Swiss cheese?
Oh. Well, look at the guy the sheriff there with the automatic rifle behind him.
And he's
not the only one.
No, he's not. There's others. I mean, if he could go off to the left and off to the right, there's probably another 8 or 10.
Wow.
Yeah.
You've covered, is this now that you're saying that he's on the wall of shame, would it be on the Len Wells wall of shame? I mean, I guess it's a kind of a crass question. I apologize.
He's the most evil that I've ever covered.
Is he really?
Yeah. And the way that he, and forgive me for even saying this.
More evil than Niels Nielsen.
Just in the way I'd have to say, because he just...
Nielsen was stupid.
Nielsen was stupid. Ray Tate knew exactly what he was doing, and it was just how he executed Deputy Riley. It was just beyond explanation.
Yeah, on the pail.
And then he said he laughed about dragging his body into a ditch. He said, "Well, did you do that?" Well, I guess if it's on the body worn camera, I guess I did. That's evil.
That's evil.
That is just pure evil.
That's the thing. It's kind of a terrible question because you've covered serial killers, Mendenhall,
Bruce D. Mendenhall, still covering him. He's got 3 more trials ahead of him.
How many trials is Bruce Mendenhall going to end up having? He's older than you, isn't he?
Yes, he's going to be.
No offense.
Thank you. None taken. No, he's got. I believe he's formally charged in 7. Wow. And so he's had 2 trials. So I guess he's got 5 more to go.
How many different?
If he lives.
I'm just counting in
jurisdictions.
No. I'm going back to your past. How many different murder trials do you think you've covered now?
Oh, well, in Indiana, I covered several. In Evansville and Petersburg.
Yeah, I didn't think about those. How about from whenever you came to Illinois only? Because you covered Carmi and
oh yeah, I covered I can't even remember the name. It was a Costin that killed a couple of people, and there was that gal that killed
the couple at the county line down there.
Oh yeah, that was terrible. Anyway, yeah, there's been a bunch.
Well,
there's been a bunch.
I
hate to. I can't even remember their names.
I'm sorry. We just celebrated Labor Day.
And it's your anniversary.
Tell us about your labor issues that you've covered. I know that.
I did have one.
The labor riot.
At Galatia, Illinois. The coal mine riot. Yeah, I'll never forget that. We've already talked about that, haven't we?
Yeah, we have. I'm trying to bring up nice things.
That wasn't nice at all.
I know.
I was afraid I was going to get killed in that deal. Thank you, Homer Clark, for saving my life.
You kind of covered Bull Island.
I did. I was down there in my boat. That was fun.
Trying to come up with fun things that you covered.
Well, I interviewed Helen Hayes.
Okay. Oh, you interviewed Foster Brooks.
Also Phyllis Diller, Red Skelton.
Tell me about the Helen Hayes. Didn't you interview James MacArthur too, or something?
Yeah, that's her son, I think.
Is her son?
Yeah. And he was
he was Dano.
Dano, as in Bookham Dano.
He was Dano.
That was on the Mississippi Queen, or was it the Delta Queen? I think it was the Delta Queen. The boat.
How was the food?
I wasn't there to eat. I was there to interview.
Wait a minute! They didn't let you eat. No. You were interviewing these people, and they didn't let you eat on those things. It should have been as a press junket. Don't they let you folks eat?
No, not at all. And I also
I got to tell you, as a big time media superstar at tournaments, they have hospitality rooms, Lynn Wells, where they always put out outstanding food for
not in this
sports
case.
media.
No, not this case. But I did, out of the visit, I was able to get God, I hate to bring this up, but it's true.
Bring it up.
I got a life-saving award out of this.
Wait a minute.
Me and my photographer, Bradley Dean Height, got a life-saving award.
Whose life did you save? Dano?
I don't know who it was.
Did you save Dano?
I don't know who it was.
Just somebody on the boat?
There were people
eating their fourth pork chop of the trip.
There were boats following surrounding the Delta Queen. People, very interesting. So there were boats.
Wait a minute. Okay, hold on a second. You mean just like pleasure boats or
pleasure boats? Pleasure boats.
People driving around the desert.
Taking pictures.
That seems like a terrible idea.
Well, that's what it was. So
because there's those paddles and the.
Well, we weren't going anywhere. We were parked, so to speak.
Okay.
But people were still coming up and everything. Well, this one boat, pleasure boat, comes up and it was overloaded. Too many people. And it began to sink. It really and truly did. And Brad Height and I noticed it. And we're going, we're trying to get people's attention. People are falling out of this boat. They're sinking. So he and I run and get a life preserver
off the
Delta Queen and throw to these people and get the attention of the security people who finally called somebody, the sheriff's department or whatever, their boat. They came and rescued it. But we threw life preservers to these people.
Ladies and gentlemen, Lynn Wells.
And so I was not expecting this at all, but a few weeks later, Governor Mike Vanderveer, remember him?
Sure.
Anyway, his brother.
Indiana governor.
No, not governor. Evansville mayor.
Oh, you said governor.
Did I say governor? I'm sorry. Mayor Mike Vanderveer.
Okay.
Steer to Vanderveer. Anyway, he called us up, and we had that was a commercial. Remember that?
Yeah, I do, yeah.
And presented us with a thing from the city of Evansville for saving another person's life. And I've still got that.
You know, there's something like that, man, that's incredible. Something like that could almost be a movie.
I would hope not.
You know, you could get they could
That'd
make
be a very short movie.
They'd make a movie of you saving all these people's lives.
They were like drunks.
And your whole family would want to see a movie like that.
Both of them. Even Uncle Howard.
Even Uncle Howard would want to see would want to go to the theater and see such a movie. Wouldn't that be fun to go?
Well, no, that can't happen.
Now, hold on.
Uncle Howard cannot. He's not allowed to go to movies.
No.
He is not allowed to go to the Bijou or the Strand. Either one.
He's been about AMC.
Banned.
He's banned.
Oh, banned
From all. Do they have? Is it like the? Do they have the AMC wall of shame there too?
He's not allowed.
He's not allowed.
Well,
what happened? I can't believe this. What happened to Uncle Howard?
You know, Uncle Howard likes to raise chickens. You know, he's got a little farm. He got chickens and stuff.
Okay, yeah.
He befriended and he has one favorite rooster. I'm not making this up.
I know you're not, because I've met Uncle Howard. Hey, this is a real person.
He trained this rooster to sit on his shoulder.
Well, that's cool.
That's a trained rooster.
That's a fun rooster.
So Uncle Howard decided one time he was going to take his rooster and go to town and go to movies, because he'd never been to movies. You know, he's kind of
What's a rooster?
It's a rooster. So he goes up to buy his ticket, and the guy at the ticket counter says, "You know, I'm sorry, but we don't allow animals in the movie unless they're like a service animal, like a CNI dog or something. We're not going to let you in here.
Little pad and that kind of
We're not going to let you in here with a rooster." And he says, "Are you serious?" He says, "No, we're not. You're not coming in here with that stupid rooster." So okay. So Uncle Howard, he goes around the side. All these other people are buying their tickets. So he's wearing bib overalls. Okay. So he stuffs this rooster in his bib overalls. He said, "I'm going to go see that movie. Me and the rooster are going to go."
What was the movie? Do you remember?
I think it was Ben-Hur. It was quite a while back.
He's been banned for a little bit.
Oh yeah, he has been. So he comes back and no rooster. So come on in, sold him a ticket. So Uncle Howard goes in and sits down next to these two elderly ladies. It looked like they might be sisters, but they're in their 80s. You know, nice ladies.
Something like that.
And Uncle Howard sits down. Everything's going just great, and the movie comes on. About 15 minutes into the movie, that rooster gets moving around in his bib overalls. He said, I think he might be having trouble breathing. Do you know where this is going? Do you know where this is going? Oh, anyway, so Uncle Howard is scared to death. This rooster's going to suffocate. So he unbuttons a couple of buttons on his bib overalls, and he lets this rooster's head come out so he can breathe him. Oh, boy.
You got about 30 seconds.
So the rooster's breathing just fine, and the lady looks over and says, "Martha, did you see what he just did? What are you talking about?" I said, "He just exposed himself." She said, "Look, you know, we're 80-some years. How many times have we seen one of those? How many times? You know, no big deal." He said, but this one's eating my popcorn." You like that one?
I did like that one.
Yeah.
I didn't see
I've seen a lot of them, but this one's eating my popcorn. But his little beak here.
I didn't see where that one was going. Len, thank you so much for being here.
Happy to be here.
Folks, thank you so much for tuning in. We'll see you next time on Big Talk with Bruce. Again, have a great day.